perimeter check, his flashlight beam slicing the gloom of the dimly lit interior. "Anything out there, Kenny?" O'Connell's voice was a low rumble. Miller, a product of the FBI Academy, leaned back against the steel wall, the vibrations of the train a constant low-frequency drumbeat. "Just the desert, Sarge. Smells like sagebrush and a whole lot of nothing. We're running 12 minutes late, by the way. Engineers trying to make up time." The train was a marvel of mid-century engineering, nearly a mile long. It was currently barreling through a remote, desolate stretch just east of Elko, Nevada, a place so isolated the stars felt close enough to touch. This was a critical zone. Long, straight tracks, perfect for building speed, but also offering vast, unpopulated terrain for anyone bold enough to try something audacious. The security around Vault Car 88B was legendary. It had reinforced 12-inch thick manganese steel walls, an electronic anti-tamper grid woven into the lining, and a proprietary locking system designed by a Swiss firm, a combination lock with a unique biometric key, a handprint scanner, cutting edge for the era, and a timer that wouldn't allow the inner door to open until the train reached its secure destination in Omaha. The train made an unscheduled stop precisely at 1:07 a.m. Not a jarring halt, but a smooth, slow, professional braking. "What's that?" Miller tensed, his hand instinctively resting on the holster of his service revolver. O'Connell was already moving. "Air brake pressure drop. Maybe a hot box. Stand down, kid. It's the desert playing games." But it wasn't a game. A well-dressed man named Elias Thorne, a man who looked more like a university professor than a master criminal, was standing by the coupling between the second-to-last passenger car and the official baggage car. He hadn't been on the train when it left Sacramento. He'd been lowered onto the roof via helicopter 5 miles back during a pre-planned brief moment when the train passed under a low-hanging utility line. This was the first astonishing layer of the Ghost Heist, precision insertion. Thorne was not alone. In a separate engine, a fully operational electromotive diesel E8, identical in livery to the Union Pacific engine pulling the Express, sat idling a quarter-mile away, hidden inside a disused, overgrown railway siding. Its engineer, a disgraced but brilliant UP veteran named Jens the Switch Olsen, was watching the clock. The unscheduled stop was Thorne's doing. Weeks earlier, he'd bribed a low-level track inspector to file a misplaced signal report that would trigger the train's automated safety protocol at a specific mile marker. The Continental Express slowed. Thorne, using specialized equipment that was more surgical tool than brute force, cut the main train line's glad hand air hose just ahead of the baggage car. This was the key. When the air pressure dropped, the emergency brakes automatically engaged on the entire train. The conductor, assuming a mechanical failure, would check the brakes. But while the main train was immobilized, Thorne went to work on the coupling just behind Vault Car 88B. Using a silent, hydraulically assisted pneumatic cutter, he severed the standard coupling pin and the electric and steam lines. The Vault Car was now physically detached from the rest of the Express. This is where the operation moved from astonishing to impossible. As the conductor walked forward from the engine to inspect the problem, Jens Olsen, in his identical decoy E8, backed up his engine from the siding. He did it with the lights off, running on a custom-built silent run mode that severely muffled the diesel exhaust. The decoy engine silently coupled with the back of the now isolated Vault Car.
Think of it. The conductor is checking the airline at the front of the train. The guards, O'Connell and Miller, are inside the Vault Car, assuming the whole train has stopped. The passenger cars are behind them. Thorne's plan was brilliant in its simplicity. Remove the center of the train while the ends were distracted. Olsen, slowly, imperceptibly, pulled the Vault Car backward. Because Vault Car 88B was equipped with its own heavy-duty buffer and a unique extra reinforced coupling to protect the cargo, The movement felt to the guards inside like nothing more than the normal, subtle lurching of the cars settling after a sudden stop. In under 6 minutes, the $800 million vault car was pulled 400 yards back through a carefully prepared and overgrown switch and onto an abandoned half-mile stretch of spur track that terminated in a large prefabricated steel building Thorne had secretly erected weeks earlier, disguised as a temporary equipment depot. By 1:20 a.m., the Continental Express was ready to move. The conductor fixed the air leak and radioed the yardmaster. They pulled away, still 12 minutes late, but otherwise intact. Frank O'Connell and Ken Miller were still inside Vault Car 88B, sipping coffee, now on the abandoned spur line. At 1:45 a.m., O'Connell performed his last security check of the inner door. He noticed the lack of noise, the silence. "We must have stopped again," Miller mumbled, half asleep. "No, kid," O'Connell whispered, his blood turning to ice. "We haven't stopped. We're not moving. And you know what the worst part is? I can't hear the train." He rushed to the heavy viewing port on the car's exterior door, his flashlight beam piercing the night. The light fell on a steel wall, the interior wall of the prefabricated building. They were enclosed. The silence was deafening. He spun around and grabbed the emergency